Alright, welcome to the day 3 of the complete course on graphic designing with Canva. My name again is Ominerata Dennis, and I will be the one to take you for this last part as well. And today we are going to be designing 3 more graphics in addition to the 4 we have designed. If you are able to design, follow us step by step to design these 7 basic graphics we have been designing, and you do more of the practice and then explore more, you should be able to become a good graphic designer. And immediately after these 3, I'm also going to be giving you some Canvas tricks and some of the design principles that you need to become a good professional. So before we go into this, I want to show you the very particular design we are going to use. So this is the design we are going to be designing. So we want to design it. Let's go directly into Canva. So I'll go into canva.com. Of course, you should be having the app or having the website by now. So we come here. Okay, before we do that, let's look at the size. The size is 201 by 251. So we come to create a design and we choose 201 by 251, and then we click on create a new design. So it's going to take us to create a new design. Of course, this is a new design here. Let's see it again. If you look at it, you find out that it tends to have a background image. All right, although the color is seem as though it's maroon or something red, but it has a background image. So I downloaded the background. I will just come to upload, and you should be familiar with all of these things, and then I will now bring in this thing that I downloaded from free pick for them. I downloaded from free pick, and you should be familiar with free pick as well by now. So let me bring in this thing again, the background, and then I okay it. So we are waiting for it to upload. When you upload, we are now going to add it to the background. Of course, we are going to right click and then make it as a background, or you are going to highlight it. So we are going to decrease the transparency a little. All right, so it's okay like this. Let's look at it. Okay, well, of course it is this background that brings all these things. So I was not able to get the exact background that carries all these things, but I just brought up another background that will as well show some of what we are doing here. So okay, it has a circle. So what we need to do is we need to come to elements, and then of course you are going to pick up a background. Sorry, we are going to pick up this circle here, and then we are going to increase it. All right, we are going to increase it. We are going to increase it. So let me increase it, and then I will bring it here. So I will not change the color to white because the color here is white, and then I'll try to align it in the center. The color is white, and the woman there is holding a ball. So I'll bring the picture I downloaded here. This is the picture I was able to get. I didn't get it. Of course, you should know that before you bring this picture here, you should be able to remove the background. Go to remove.bg/upload, and then upload your image, remove the background, export it, and then you can be able to use it here. So I'll bring the picture here, try to bring it here, and then try to bring it here. All right, so let's look at what is here. Okay, that's what it looks now. Now there's a reason why I pick out this design to show you. There's something I want to show you. Now if you wanted this particular picture inside of a picture frame, there's how to go it. So come to elements and then come to shapes here. So not shape, sorry, it's not shape. Just come to elements and then you type a picture frame. That's the reason why I picked this design to put it one. So we have a circle here, we have it here. All right, so let me bring it in, and then we'll bring the circle frame, and then we bring the circle frame, and then we bring the circle frame, and then we bring the circle frame. Now if you look at it, you see that if I carry this picture close to the GC, it's as if it want to fit into the picture, right? All right, now let me bring a picture that does not have that is not being removed, right? So let me pick this picture and bring it here. Are you seeing the picture is fitting with the whole background directly inside that picture frame? So that's why I wanted this to show you this. So but with what we see here, it is not like that, right? So we just have to delete this, and then delete. Of course, with the picture frame, you can actually put any of the frame. You can put this one, so you can put this one like this. You can just put them troubleshoot like this. Let me put this one like this. Of course you can see them like that, but the picture frame, the circle is what is mostly used, so that's why I decided to use it. So now let's delete it because we don't need it, and then we bring it here. If you look at this, you know that we don't need it. So right, so we just bring it here to try to keep it well. Okay, try to keep it well. It's a bit okay now. All right, so it's a bit okay, and then we'll now put hbd. So we'll put a test. I'll put hbd. So that's happy birthday, right? So now we now change the font type. All these things you should be familiar with them. Change the font type, and then I don't want to even waste time here. Just change the font type, reduce, increase it. Then of course you increase it, and then you take this to the front, take this to the front, and then you of course you take the circle as well to the front, right, so that it will be able to match. Of course you are seeing this. So let's change the color of the text to white. Of course, the color of the text is being changed to white. We increase it like this. Now let's look at it. You are seeing that it's taking the exact shape, right? So that's how it is. We have a plus sign here, we have this here. So the next thing to do is, of course, you know how to do this. I don't want to hammer on it more, but this is very simple to actually do. So just know how to do all these things. So the first thing we need to do again, we need to come to shape. We need to come to shapes, rather elements. Then we go to shape. Sorry, it's taking me back. Okay, we pick shape, and then I have to decrease it a little, and of course I'll carry it and then bring it closer here, decrease it a little again, and then I will bring it here, and then I will change the background to black because that's what we have here. This is what we are talking about. That's okay. And it has, I think this is CB or something. So let me just type my name. My name is Dennis, so I'll just type my name there, write the text here, bring this, and then type Dennis. So when I type Dennis, I am going to put it inside of that particular thing. Forget about the text type. You can change it to anything you feel like, and then it's going to be there. So we are looking that the thing is taking a good shape just the way it is here. And then we're also going to pick the Dennis again, duplicate it, and then we are going to type happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. So of course, you are seeing the text down here showing happy birthday, right? So, and it's in capital letter, but it's kind of italicized. So I will have to change the font type again. I have to come to font type, and then I will try to change the font type to a one that will good. I don't want to waste time here. I'll just pick any one, please, and then I'll just keep it closer here. All right. So and now come back again, look at it again, we still have this one here. So we just duplicate this triangle here again, and then bring it down, then try to stretch it, just to stretch it, and then balance it properly. Right, balance it properly. But this one, that one there is white, so we change the color of this one to white. And of course you're seeing that is here, and then this one is talking about, I don't know what they wrote there, but let me just write another thing. So I carry this one, duplicate it, and then Dennis is a good tutor. All right, so it's a good tutor. I change the background, the color of the text to black, and then I'm going to pick it and bring it to this particular thing. So it's taking a good shape like what we have here, right? Now the only thing left is this particular edges that we have here, and then this plus sign. So of course the plus sign, you should be able to know how to put it. So I want to pick a shape again, come to elements, and then we are going to click on shapes and see all, and we are going to see if we are going to see that particular shape. But if we don't see it, there's a way we can create it. You just let me just create it. I'll just come here and then pick this again, of course, and then I want to bring it here, but I will zoom it so that I know what I'm doing. All right, the zooming does not affect the size, you are just seeing what you are doing. So I'll bring it here again, and then it's taking a good shape now. So I'll take it here, take it here, take it here, take it here. Let me reduce it because it's too big. All right, so okay, it's okay now. So I'll duplicate it, and then I will tend to turn it around, turn it to 80, 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Okay, so it's 90 degrees already. So I'll duplicate it again so that I can be able to pick it, and then I'll be able to carry it like this, and then sorry, I press a wrong thing. So Control Z, and then come here again. Just be following me step by step. All right, so I'll just decrease it again, decrease this one again. Of course, we have that kind of shape, right? So let me zoom out and see. You are seeing that we are having it. So if it's too big, you have to troubleshoot it and all of that. So let me zoom in again so that we can be able to click this one, and then you also hold the shift key and click this one again, and then you right click and then you mesh them together. You right click and mesh them together. If you click this, highlight and click this elsewhere again, and you right click to click together, or you cannot actually click and then click. Of course, you group them together. When you group them together, the two of them can now move, right? So you now duplicate it. When you duplicate it, you can now take it to this side, ensure that it's okay, and then you turn it upside down. All right, so you can see that the thing is looking very accurate, like 90 degrees. You duplicate again, you bring it down again, and then you turn it again. Okay, it's just for you to do for one. Once you are able to do for one, you should be able to change it. So I'll change it again. Okay, so this one is like this. All right, so this one is like this. So I'm going to bring it down, ensure that it's sitting in the right area, and then you duplicate it again. And of course, you are going to take it directly. Oh, it was not even to the end. So let's bring it down here, and then we bring it down here. Of course, I didn't change the color, but before you do this, please change the color, because the color we have there is white. So try to change the color before you change it. So you are looking at it, is looking good. The plus sign we have here, you can actually put it. So this was how to design it. I want to move to the next design. All right, so our second design for today is going to be this kind of design. Looks like a church design. I'm not going to complete this design, all right, but I'm going to show you the basic things that you need. All right, so this is the design. The first thing you need to do again is check the size. The size is 225 by 225. Now I've been saying check the size, check the size. What it means is that when you want to do your own personal design, except you want to model after another design, you can decide to choose your own design, and I showed you that from the first class. So but for because you are using somebody's design, that's why we are checking the size of that design. So you can change your design to 800 by 800, 900 by 900, 225 by 225, 1080 by 1080, etc. All right, so you can use any size at all depending on whatever you want to do. So now let's come directly to Canva. Of course, you're going to click on the design, and then we are going to put 225 by 225. All right, so we're going to click enter, and then we're going to click create a design. It's going to take us to the Canva where we are supposed to create the design. Let's look at the design again. Okay, look at this, how the design. And now let me tell you something. You see, this particular thing you are seeing here is a background. Everything you are seeing here is a background, and the background was downloaded. So you have to go and download the background. All right, so I've downloaded some background like that. That's why I gave you those websites, and I gave you plenty of them. So I come to upload, and then I press upload, and then I have to download. I downloaded this to replace that woman, and then I downloaded this as well for the purpose of this particular design. All right, so the thing is going to come here. Of course, we have it. I did not get the exact color for this because I didn't check that much. So I'm going to look at this. All right, I'm going to look at this and change this background to yellow. Let me change this background to yellow and see if it will reflect. Okay, so it's reflecting a little. So I come back to upload again, and then we have this particular background here. So let me delete this one and actually use this one. So I'll return this background back to white. Yes, let me return it back to white. Yes, okay, so we are going to use this. So I'm going to right click and make this as our background. All right, so and then I'm going to now maybe reduce the transparency a little, but not much. So right, so okay, so it looks like this. You are looking that it's taking exactly this shape, but it's not the same color, right? So but these backgrounds, you can download them from those platforms that I gave you. So it's taking a shape already. So what we need to do is we need to put this line here is a color. So we need to put the line. So we'll come to elements, and then we'll click on this particular size here, reduce it a little, reduce it, and then of course you are going to reduce it to the edge and then take it down here. Right, the color we see there is yellow, so let's just put yellow here. Come back to yellow, and then we are going to, sorry, this is not yellow, please. Okay, so at least we are getting yellow here. This is a bit yellow, so that is yellow. All right, so is the background is taking the right background that we want. But if you look at this, you find out that this particular downside here is white, but this particular one is not white. But like I said, our focus is not to be professionals here. Our focus is not for me to make this very look, professional. I'm not giving it out to anybody, just for practice. So but my main focus is for you, to teach you how to put these particular images you are seeing in this picture here and all of that. So that is that. So if you download a background that has this, well, fine, you can go ahead and do the whole of that, but I'm going to show you the basic of what you need. So the next thing to do is to bring this woman here, or let's say we bring the logo first. Let's bring the logo, and then I don't have that particular logo, but I have the logo of Express Tech Academy here. So I'm going to scroll down and see if I can be able to bring this logo that of Express Tech Academy. So when we bring the logo of Express Tech Academy, we are going to reduce it, and then we are going to put it down here because that's where it was. And of course, we are going to click on text, and then we are going to put Express Tech Academy. All right, so that's Express Tech Academy, and then we are going to increase it very well. Sorry, we are going to enlarge it like this. Oh, the text is not even looking good, so I change it like this. So I have to bend it, I have to cut it, and then I make it into center to one side. So I decrease it. Then anything you are not understanding, ask me on the group, right? I'm going to give you an answer. So I'm going to put it here, say change the color to white. All right, so I change the color to white. It's taking a good look. That's where your logo is. Of course, it's looking good. So the next thing is to bring that woman. But I don't have the picture of that woman. I did not download the picture of a woman, but I saw a picture of a man at least holding a phone. So of course, you should be able to remove the background before you come here, and then I'm going to flip it to show the others. Oh, this picture is not even looking good at all. It does not look, but I don't want to download another one anyway. So let me just use this for the purpose of this training. So I just put it here, assuming it was facing this side, it should have been better. So but if I flip it, it will not still. Look at this woman, she's facing this side, right? So we don't have, so let's just leave it at this particular point, and then we bring a test, and then the test we have here is worship with purpose. So I put worship, sorry, okay, okay, come here and click worship. Anything you are not understanding, please ask me with purpose. And then the thing is not in the center, right? If you check this test, the test is looking, one is in the center, one is this side, one is this side. So we put it on right and left and right alignment, something like this. All right, so we put this and delete it. So I'll put it like this and bring it closer, and then bring it closer again, so that this man will not will not affect it. So I'll bring it here, and I will tend to increase it a little. Okay, so it's taking a good shape again. So the next one is Christian Church Presents. So we're going to pick the slow one and put Christian Church Presents. All right, so that is that. So I'll change it to capital letter again by coming here and clicking on capital letter, and then of course I'm going, it's not center, so it's one line set. So I'm going to increase it again to go one line. I decrease it again, and then it comes here presently here. I have to increase it again, it comes here. I have to increase it again, it comes here, and then to ensure that it gives us exactly what we want. All right, so the color is yellow, so I'm going to pick yellow, and then it's there. Of course, it's not looking clean because yellow cannot be on top of red. That's why you need to pay attention to color principles. I'm going to be teaching you thereafter in this particular section. So we have Sunday here, just add all of this, but we don't have all the time to add all of these things. Of course, you should be able to know women conference. So women conference is in the box. So come to element, and then pick a box here, and then bring it here, Of course, you are seeing exactly what we are doing here. The background there is yellow, so you change this to yellow, and then of course you pick this here, duplicate it, and then bring it here, and then turn it to women in. I think that is not women in women conference. So the text is yellow on the yellow back surface, that's white, so we just change it to black. All right, so women conference. I don't, okay, it's not spelled correct. So women conference. So you just have to align it like this, and align it, and align it. Just look at it. It's taking some of the this thing. If we have, if I was serious to arrange this properly, it's taking some of these particular things. Now the next thing to do is how to put this particular picture, these different people that we have here, right? So we are going to come here, and then if you don't see them come to element and type picture frame. Picture frame, this picture will come up like this, and then you pick it. But before you do that, right, before you do that, you have to come to element and pick a circle. When you pick a circle, you can now design it. Let me see how it looks. All right, okay, so you can now design it like this. Increase the circle a little, increase the circle a little. Okay, like this is okay, a bit okay. So when you bring the picture frame, you now try to pick that picture frame. Let me bring that into the front, so you now pick that picture frame. Of course, this particular thing, you are going to make it, give it an outline. So you are going to give it an outline, not too long. All right, it's okay like this. So you're going to bring it here, and then you're going to increase it, and then fit it inside, right? So you're going to fit it inside. It has only one color, so let's just increase it. All right, so the picture is fit in already. If you look at this, you know that the outline is yellow. So the outline, we have to change the outline to yellow, right? So of course it's taking that yellow. So now we have the picture frame inside. We can now bring the picture, and if you look at the picture inside, the picture that is inside does not have a removed background. It's a full picture with the person's background. So we are not going to use a picture that somebody random, a picture that has already been removed with the background. Use the normal picture. So we bring this picture here, and then okay, so we bring this picture here, and then when you reduce this picture, let me reduce the picture, reduce the picture, and then of course, sorry, I've cut the person's hand. If you reduce the picture very well, all right, and you bring it close to that picture frame, it will fit in by itself. If you bring in like that, it will fit in by itself. So the next thing to do is now click on it, and then hold your shift key down, and then click on the background as well. Click on it, or okay, so let me click on it, and then also click on this, click on this. So I'm trying to highlight the two of them. All right, so I'm trying to highlight the two of them. When you highlight the two of them, you group them together. I don't know whether you see what I just did. Just the circle we imported and this particular image already, you just group them together. When you highlight them, you control G, or you right click and group them together. When you group them together, you now duplicate them. All right, so like this now is duplicated, so we just duplicate them, and then we take it to this particular side. All right, so we duplicate again, and then we take this, and how many are there? There are only three. So just decide to put them in the right way, put them in the right way, and then when you are done like this, the next thing to always do again is with the second one, ungroup it, the third one, ungroup it again, because we want to change the picture that are inside of the second one. So we'll bring this picture again, and then we decrease it again, and then we increase it, and then we now take it and if enter inside. So if you have the third picture, you do the same again. But if you don't ungroup it, it will not work for you, right? It will not actually work for you. So you have to ungroup it, and before you'll be able to add another thing to it. So when you group like that and you want to work on it, you progress. So we take it closer, and the picture fit inside. Of course, you are seeing the picture is not fitting well because it depends on the picture, not our shape, right? So of course, you're looking that it's good as well. You can now bring in the name. This dash line that cross here before you see Hartford cut. This dash line that just here is just normal. Bring your text here, bring your text, and on your mouse you click this thing that has, sorry, you click this thing that has this here. All right, so Okay, you click this thing that has this dotted line. I don't know if you can find the dotted line in your own, but there are dotted lines. Sorry, it's not giving me the dotted line. That should be my PC. But you see this stroke that is in your is in your keyboard. When you you click it multiple times, it forms this particular edge you are seeing here. Even this image sef is not clear. I don't even know how to make it clear. So this image, this thing you are seeing here is just dotted line, dotted line, dotted line. That's what you use. Or if it is dot 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 dot, you click the dot multiple times, it forms a straight line for you, and then you'll be able to use it. So this is basically all these text here. You can be able to add them under here and here. So this is basically that particular design. It may not be actually looks the way it is, but I'm trying not to waste a lot of time, right? So this is the second design, and then we'll move to the last design before I now teach you what the Canva tricks and how to use the template and all of that. So let's move to the last one. So this is our last design before we move to the Canva tricks and the templates to use. So this is it. In fact, this design is the simplest. I was not even supposed to do it, but what I want to teach you is what is here. So we see the size is 474 by 474. So we come to Canva, we come to Canva and create 474 by 474. You are seeing that the sizes always differs, right? So 474 by 474, and then we click create a design. So the first thing we need to do is we need to change this design to this kind of color. So we click here, and then we are going to change it to this particular color, but that's not the color. So we try to troubleshoot to see if we will see the exact color. I don't know if we will be able to see the color, but at least this one looks something like that, right? So we are going to use this, and then of course we have happy birthday. If I was not even supposed to do this design, I was supposed to do another one, right? So but I want to show you this sign you are seeing here. You can download it from flat icon, or you can actually use it from this thing. So what we need to do is we need to bring the picture. So I didn't download any specific picture for that. So but I'm going to use this man here to replace this. Should I use a man? No, 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 no. All right, so let me just use this man here instead of this. So let me use this man. So I'll just increase it, and then I have to increase it. I did not see a picture of that man, right? So this is it. I just keep the man here because you have clearly I see the lady here is showing. Okay, the lady is full on the picture, so I'll have to increase again, and then I have to increase it again, and then this is it. Now of course you are seeing that the lady's picture is here and is showing fading, so we have to duplicate again. Like I said, I was not supposed to do this design, honestly, so I'm not going to even spend up to 5 minutes here. So I'm going to flip it to the other side, and then I'm going to reduce it. All right, so I'm going to take it down here, and then I'm going to reduce the transparency. This is what we have been doing ever since, so you don't need to have any problem. So any problem here, so we have to reduce the transparency again. You have to reduce. Let me reduce the transparency very well. Of course you are seeing that even here is not showing clearly, so it's inside too much, so you have to reduce the transparency very well. And of course here it's showing very clearly here, and then we now start writing happy birthday. Now I'm not going to be writing happy birthday because we have been writing text. You should be able to know how to write all these tests. So I'm going to happy birthday birthday. All right, so we are going to now change the font size to something very fascinating. Again, if you don't see any of this font size that you like, you can actually change it. So let's see, this is the birthday. This one looks somehow like the one we are seeing there, but then it does not still look like it. But then if you come here again and see if we can be able to see, let me see if I'll be able to see it. All right, so that is not the font size, that's not the font type. I don't know if I can be able to find it, but then I don't want to waste time, please. The idea is to show you how to do it. So if you can be able to find it, good. If you can be able to find it, if you can't find it, you go and download it. So you, of course you see here there's happy there again, so we have to duplicate it and then type happy. But this happy does not carry the same color, right? So we have to change the font type again to something like this. No, not like that, something like this. All right, so this is exactly what is there. This is exactly what is there. So look at it. Okay, not exactly what is there, but it's at least it looks somewhat better. Then you write all this grammar, they write, you won't be able to type all these things, all right? But if you want to get all these things, we'll come here and type courtesy signs. Those things are courtesy signs, right? So you find some of them. If you don't find any of them, please go to flaticon.com and then download some of this, but we can't find it here, right? So just go there and download it. Now you see this May 06 actually actually May 06 is my birthday, right? And that will be one of your assignment. May 6 is my birthday, and that will be one of your assignment. Design create a flyer for me on my birthday. I'm going to send my picture to the group. Design me on my birthday, but I don't know it coincide with this, right? So we are going to click on test, and then we are going to click on this, and then we are going to put it May, right? So May, and then just type only May. That is the reason why I brought this on. So we are going to bring up a cycle. We are going to bring up a cycle, go on element, remove this, and then click a circle. Then when you bring that circle, bring it down, reduce it to the minimum size. All right, reduce it to the minimum size and keep it close. Reduce it again, and then try to arrange it properly. That's a cycle, and then we change the color of this cycle to yellow, to white. Sorry, we change the color of this title to white. Okay, so I change the color of this to white, and then I bring down the May here. So I'm now going to I'm now duplicate this May, and then type 06. 06. Alright, so I now pick the 06 here, and then I change the color of the 06 to black, because if you look at it here, you see that 06, oh no, not black, the color of the background. You will see that the background is white while the OC carries a different color. So we are going to put this color here, and then we are going to reduce it, and then we are going to try to fit it in. All right, so you see that we already got exactly what we got here, right? So this is queen here, so you can actually still write queen. So we click on May, duplicate it, and then we are going to write queen. That's her name. All right, so with this small letter, but we are going to change it to big letter, of course, and then we are going to change it to big letter. We are going to change it to capital letter, and then we are going to bring it here. But then we will change the font size, because if you look at the font size here, it looks twisted, right? So we're going to twist it, like, to change it to something like this. Okay, yeah, something like this had to it's kind of look like this, even though it's not like that. So we're going to increase it like this to show that this is queen. All right, so of course you're seeing that it took the same shape of like this. It's just for you to do some polishing. Anywhere I was rushing or I did not complete, you have to do them and make them look properly good. All right, so that's how to do this particular graphics like this, and then it looks very good. So now we are going to move into teaching you how to use templates and then some Canva tricks. All right, so this part of the last class is talking about how to edit with templates. Now I told you that the Canva has already made templates, but I've spent a lot of time teaching you how to design on your own, and I've taught you using 7 good graphics. You can use others to continue, but for this particular part I'll be teaching you how to maximize your time. If you don't want to spend time doing all those things from the beginning, you can actually use some templates that they are giving you here in order to do. So if you come here to canva.com and you browse, these ones are recent designs. It means that these designs are designs I've done recently, right? But then if you check down, you are supposed to be seeing new design, or sorry, you are supposed to be seeing some templates. All these things you are seeing here are already made templates for you. Now let's say we want to make a graphic about happy new month. All right, so we will type happy new month. Just type happy new month of May here, All right, happy new month of May, and click enter. You see already made templates that will come up. That's one of the things I love about Canva. You don't have to go and start a design from beginning. This design here is a design designed by Canva. All these things you see here are templates. If you want to make a design, any of them, you like any of them here, like this, I like this one, I'll click on it, and then I'll click on customize this template, and then I'm going to now start editing this template one by one. I'm going to be changing this color. I'm going to like now I'm going to change the color to blue, and then you're going to start just customizing it. That's how to use templates. So but we'll come back here so that we'll show you. There are a lot of templates here. Right? There are a lot of templates, plenty of them. Like now this one is happy May Day. If you like this kind of design and you want to use it, why just click on customize design. You start I love this a lot. All right, so it maximize your time. Sometimes you have to start from beginning, sometimes you use template. That's why knowledge is good, right? So let's say we want happy birthday instead, happy birthday design. So whatever design you want to do, you just have to come here and type it. So let's look at happy birthday. Most of them are here are good, most of them are not good. So you can see that we have some of them. If you like this one, you can copy it and start it. If you like this one, you can click it, customize it, and then you start doing it. So you look at them, very plenty of them. If you like any of them here, it's just to customize it and put all the things that belongs to you. So this is very good. All right, so this is very good. Look at it. This is how to use the templates. This is how to use the templates. This is how to use the template. Say, let's say you want to design something about church, right? Let's say you want to design something about church. So we come to church, and then we click on design. All right. So let's just put church design. All right. Let's just put church design, and then we click it. Of course, you are seeing some church design. Most of if you want to design something for a church and you want it to look like this, it's just for you to customize it. You can change this person's image to your pastor's image, change here, put your logo, change the days, change every of these things. All right, there is nothing here you can't change. All right, so these are already made templates here. If you want it to be Sunday worship, this is it. Don't you like this particular design? So you can actually use it for your church. You can change this the color of this green color you are seeing here to maybe white, or maybe blue, or any color that aligns with your church brand and whatever you have in mind. Look at this here. Look at this design. They are actually very good. This is how graphic design is, and it's very sweet. So you can use this template if you don't want to start the time of going from beginning to the end. You can actually use it. But one thing you need to understand with using template is most of them have their sizes. Now for example, let's click on say this one, and then this one is 108 by 1080 by 1080, the size. But this particular design here carries a different size. 500 by 500 is for logo, right? But let me see. Okay, this design here carries 42 by 594 by cm. This one is in centimeter. So if you have clicked this now, and then you want to you can resize this back to whatever you done. So check up here, you see where we go resize. But if you are using a free app, you cannot use resize. That's one of the disadvantages. I'm not using a free app, I'm using a pro app actually. So if I can click here and resize it to any of the sizes I want. See customize size here. See customize size here. I can customize it, and it will fit back exactly into the size that I want. So that's the benefit of using a pro version. So that is this for that. Using this template is very good. You can even scroll using the graphics and all of that. Now let's go back directly into talking about how to design a logo. Now I'm not going to be wasting time, because of course this class has been taking a longer time. But if you want to learn further, you can just explore further. I'm also here to guide you, but I'm going to be stopping in a short while. Right now, a logo size is 500 by 500 in pixels. All right, so we'll come to create design, and then we'll come to let's say 400, sorry, 500 by 500. That's the logo size for the size for logo in pixels. So we click here and then we click on, of course you see it appears say 500 by 500 for logo. So we create a design, and then of course this is how the design is going to look. So if we want to create something, let's say we want to create something like let's say we want to use a logo and create something like, maybe my brand name is let's say Benny's, but I don't know why that comes off, but let's say Benny's. And now see, if you are creating a logo, right, you have to ensure that the logo captures the name or the importance of that particular brand. You have to capture the name. Sometimes you have to capture the first name, or maybe the first and second name letters rather, or the first and last letter, or something related to that. You must have to capture something related to the brand. That's why you see Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, in fact, the spelling of Coca-Cola is the logo of the company. You see Amazon. Amazon has a center and has AMZ. Amazon with a scroll. So your logo must capture something related to your company, either the name of the company, or this is the principle behind logo, right? So let's say I just mentioned Benny's, right? Let's say I want to design that Benny's, for example. What will I do? Let me come to shape here, and then I'm going to click on shapes. I'm going to click on shapes, and then let me see if I have a shape. Benny's. Okay, let me just pick this one. Let me just pick this one. I'm not going to show you in detail, so because this video is going to be taking a whole lot of time, but if you stick around in my channel, you are going to see that this is going to this. So we are going to pick transparent, and then we are going to now pick something like this. Right, we're going to pick transparent, then we are going to pick something like this. All right, so I want to design a logo like maybe standing for B or something. So this is it, and then I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to bring it to this. I'm going to increase this one. Of course, I'm going to increase this one, make it look something like this. All right, so it's looking a bit something like this, and then this is not build. I'm just using circles to do it. I'm just doing a rough sketch. I didn't even plan for this, right? So let's say Benny's. Okay, so let me just pick up a circle. Let me pick up a rectangle again, and then come here, and then I will decrease it. All right, so I will decrease it, and then I will bring it here. I want to just create something that's very unique, and then I'll create something that is here, and then I will change this background to white. Okay, so it has cut that. No, but it has not, because it's still showing something there. Okay, so okay, now it has balance. All right, so now I'm going to increase it a little. Right, I'm going to increase it a little. So I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to change this to black. So just be following me step by step. Like I said, if you don't understand whatever I'm doing here, pause the video and try to redo it again. All right, so I'm going to take this here to something here. All right, so oh my god, I didn't even plan for this. All right, but just look at how it's taking a new shape. So if my company starts with B, and this is how I was going to do it. All right, so this is how I'm going to do it, and then maybe under here you can write name Benis. I have a friend who his name is Benis. She called me today. I think that's why I just remember this particular thing. So I changed the logo to capital letter, and then I'm just going to bring it to this particular thing here. All right, so Benis, and then I just let it go. Now you are seeing that this logo is taking a good shape. Now, if you find this logo anywhere, you will know that this is Benis. Honestly, you will know. You will know that this aligns with that particular brand, right? So now, for example, we want to, let's click, go to the next page, and say we want to create, let's say we want to create another um let's say we want to create another design, another, see, I don't want to just go into further. You just have to understand these principles, right? Just understand these principles and understand how to use them. But of course you come to elements, and of course you come to shape, and then you can just choose any of these shape, and then let me say I want to design a logo that looks like a turkey logo. All right, so the next thing to do is just change this to, let's say, black, of course. So then I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to reduce it a little, and then of course I'm going to bring it somewhere here, and I'm going to change the color to white. Of course, you are seeing that it's looking like Turkey logo already. So we come here again. Turkey has a plus sign, a plus. I think a plus sign or a star, something like that. Yes, something like that. So we're just going to bring it here, and then we are going to bring it exactly here. So I'm going to change the color again to black. Okay, so it's looking here. I'm going to change the color again to black, and then of course you're looking at swings here. So you need to know the size of a logo, which is 500 by 500, and then you need to experiment with whatever I'm doing here. So if we assume you want to design any other thing else, you can just start troubleshooting. If you want, if you have any problem, or you have a deal, you have a business, or somebody gives you work to do and you have problem with, contact me. I will help you. I'm not helping you to design it. I will help you to guide you on how to design it, right? So this is how it is. So we just highlight it, and then we group it. You can be able to take it to the center. Of course, you can make the whole of this background transparent. So we can make this background transparent by coming here. I think there's a place to make this background transparent, or you can make it two colors like I taught you. So we need to make it the color in the center, so that you'll be able to show clearly like that. There's a way to make this background transparent, because that's what you should do for a logo. So just troubleshoot, you'll be able to see it. Troubleshoot and be able to see where to make the whole background transparent. So if you download this is going to come as your logo. Or maybe let's say we just put the text under, and then we just put Turkey, right? So just click it there, bring it here, increase it a little, and then we now put it here. So I'll change the capital to capital letter, and then that's how it's going to look. So if I download this thing and remove the background, the whole of this is going to show, right? The whole of this is going to show, and it's going to show as your logo. You are seeing that this is looking good, so you just have to practice it. Knowledge does not make you powerful. It's only the application of knowledge that make you powerful. I've been saying this over and over, especially people who take courses at Express Tech Academy. I always tell them that you taking the course does not make you a professional. It's only you applying what we are teaching you that makes you a professional. You can't go there, can't come here and learn all these good things and go there and say you did not profit you. Did you practice them? No. This is how I learn all these things, and I practice them, it becomes productive for me. And of course, knowledge does not stop here. Knowledge continues. So when you learn here, you find any problem with anything, you can also learn in other words as well. So you are seeing that it's looking pretty good here, but there's something you need to know, that if you change this background color to, let's say, this, you find out that this color here that we took was changed to that. So the next, what you need to do is ensure that the background carries the color of this. So if you wanted to do this, you just click here and then click on this. Of course, it turns back to this. It has not shown the real color, so it turns back to the real this. Of course, you are seeing it. Of course, you just have to understand that the background colors must matter, right? So that is basically what a logo is, because I don't want to waste a lot of time. At least I've designed two under just 10 minutes, all right? So that is what is basically how to design logo. Now let me tell you the principle behind graphic designing. There is something you need to understand. You need to understand that your colors must match. This is very important. Like we were showing you some pictures. Now if you look at this, you know that the reason why the person takes this color as the background is because the clothes this queen, this lady here is wearing, is pink, and that's the reason why he picks this background. That is the mentality. There's a particular graphics I was showing you, and the person picks a particular shape, and then he put it yellow. And I told you that the reason why he put it yellow was because the woman was wearing yellow shirt. So you need to be very critical with this, that color combination matters a lot. So you don't have to combine a whole lot of colors, because I know that as a newbie, you want to troubleshoot and use all kinds of colors, plenty color. Yes, it's good, but as you become more of a professional, you need to understand the power of color. Don't use colors anyhow. Black and white are always good colors that can go with any other color, but then you should know that these technical colors are colors course that needs you to in order to do. So now the person use white here, the person use white in this particular thing here. All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at this. The reason why the person use this yellow here is because somehow there is a yellow inside here. All right, of course you are seeing that all these things are augury. Look at this. The person why use this yellow here because there's a yellow here, there's a black hair here, there's a black here. You are looking at this thing very looking good. Her teeth is showing white, that's why the person put white here. So your color must be very, those are tricks to make your design, these are principles that will make your design very professional. All right, so we have to come here again and then we see, look at this. The person use a red here, he use red here, he use this lemon color, is it lemon or which color here, and the person use the same color here, and that is the same color that we have here. And then the red is consistent, not much color. If you count the colors that are here, just one, two, and then just one, two, and three, that's all. And the color of this is shade, it kind of look like the color of the background. All right, so that is how to do. Look at this. The color of the background is the color of the ball she's holding. It's as simple as this. There's no odd color here. Just look at this. Everything you are seeing here is kind of bad. There's this one here, the ATM here is yellow, that's why he used yellow. The black here, you need to understand these principles, and as I'm talking then, you should be understanding them because it's very important. Your color must match, and of course your text as well must match, and every other thing. So you can see that this is how you put here, because there's a yellow here, you put a yellow here, and you also put a yellow here, and they said the outline of this circle is yellow. The white here is because of this white here, and all of this. So this is how to design, this is how to design with Canva. Now this is the conclusion for making a graphic complete course with graphic designing with Express Academy with Canva. Now, like again I said, you can decide to design with Pixel Lab, can design to design with CorelDRAW, you can decide to design with Photoshop, and a whole lot of them. Now let me give you my final word. I keep saying this again, and I will say it again loud and clear, and I said it loud and clear, please listen. You taking this course does not make you a professional. It doesn't make you, in fact, it doesn't even make you a graphic designer. It is the application of this knowledge, the consistency you put in ensuring that this knowledge becomes a reality, that makes you a professional. As a matter of fact, if you don't take this course and you don't practice, you come to my DM, I won't even answer you. You imagine you coming to my DM to ask me a question of something I've taught here, I won't answer you. It means that you are not serious. So you have to practice it, and some of you will be added to Express Academy group. You need to ensure that you take on jobs, create your CV, and then after, when you are done from here, create your CV, start talking about the fact that you know content writing. That is how to build your portfolio. Good, sorry, not content writing, graphic designing. All right, so go to your Facebook or your social media, and if you design anything, you can post it there. If you do any design at all, you can post it anywhere and say, I design so and so. If you do a design for any client, go to Facebook or anywhere and post that you did a design for any client. In a short period of time, people are going to know you as a graphic designer. You start building portfolio, so that when somebody is want to hire you and ask for your portfolio, you can bring us some of these works that you have done for them, and they'll be able to hire you. So this is how to build your portfolio in order to stand out, in order to start getting jobs. And of course, when you are building this portfolio, you need to get a CV. All right, get a good CV. There's a video on my channel that talks about how to make a professional CV. So look at it, create a CV on it, and then start looking for job. And of course, you are not going to be looking for job alone. We are here to help you. So we are going to be suggesting jobs to you, but you must have built your portfolio, build a good CV, and then so that when these jobs come, you will be able to apply for them. So thank you very much for taking this course. If you have any problem, I will be putting my number on the description of this video. You'll be able to send me a text, or anywhere I'll be able to guide you. I'm good. I'm grateful you take this course from us, and of course, anytime I'll be here to answer you. I will see you in any other course I'll be offering for you for free. Or if you want to take any course from us, you can actually send me a DM, and you'll be able to take that particular course. Thank you.